thing's nuts. I just put Windows 10 Pro Creators Update on my Alienware Steam machine. I got it for $64 with a license and key on the internet, already put on a USB. Not turning 4 Windows DVDs into a mountable drive image for a USB. Shit, does it cut down to work? Like no one's business. I'll tell you that quick. Oh, people are fucking these things up with the keyboard and the mouse. For real, F2 and all that shit. You only need F8 and it'll do a full diagnostic and hardware exercise. Other than that, you tap the start button, is what the Alienware website says. Not fuck it up with a keyboard. You press the start button when the thing's booting up. And they bring you to the boot menu, advanced Linux options, all sorts of shit. But hell yeah, this Windows 10. Shit. Pro Creators Update. Already on USB. All I had to do was pop it into the USB port and boot it up. Install it. That's all. Because you will have to turn 4 Windows 10 DVDs into a fucking mountable thing. And then I think you actually need the company's permission to mount it onto the fucking USB. And I think you gotta download their program. Because what happened with my Steam machine is it fucking had a fatal error. So I called them up and they gave me access to the Brewmaster Steam OS. And I was able to download it and put it on a USB. And then fix my Steam machine. But to be honest, you don't need Windows and you don't need this miracle thing that just came out called streaming from your Steam OS launched in big picture. Shit. You get to your Linux desktop on a Steam machine and download Wine. Wine will let you play Windows video games on Linux. And you'd been doing this shit without streaming the Steam link. 100-foot HDMI cable and shit long ass time ago, and don't need to put Windows on it, none of this shit. For starters, you pay $200 for that, and I got it for $64. Then you gotta put it on USB. The damn USB is gonna be $30 at the store. Shit. You need a full-blown computer to do it. This come on USB. You need no computer help. You boot that fucker up, and it's good. But yeah, this Steam OS, they're doing it. It is a console killer. They were able to successfully pitch it to 10 companies to build them. Fucking Christ. The thing's got like 12,000 video games you can download. And they're only like 500 megabytes and shit. Not this PS4, Xbox One shit. It'd be a 30 gigabyte fucking Blu-ray. Fuck. This dude needs a 500 gigabyte fucking system. And put like fucking 30 games on the thing, it's out. Shit. HDMI 2.0, that's a big improvement. Because they were introducing 1.4 a long ass time ago, Xbox One and PS4. A long ass time ago. It's all DisplayPort now. But shit. So there's 200 for the Windows. You just blow $30 on a USB and probably a good 3 hours putting it on there if you know what you're doing. Shit. Need no computer to do this. You can buy it on USB. People that want to put that on their Steam machine or whatever. But yeah, like no one's business, 12,000 games. I think PS4 and Xbox One got 200 plus their exclusives. But shit, 10 to 11,000 games. That's fucking nuts. That's a console killing effect right there. I'll tell you that quick. Shit. It's playing all the new shit. People like Dota 2, whatever. Yeah, it plays the new shit. If it's that popular, Steam will let you do it. That's a trip. It plays all the new shit. Some of the games I see coming out are nuts. You got this shit that looks like original Nintendo graphics and sound and shit. I ain't pay for no big screen, this $500 unit to play no fucking Super Nintendo looking shit. Fucking Christ. It is. People make better video games like that on the internet than this shit. Damn. To be honest, get the alpha, not the Steam machine, and see if they have the equivalent of Windows on the other Steam machines. Cause this, oh man, they don't have as many games as the Windows. They barely have their full Linux library going, and shit. HDMI 2.0. Yeah, that'll kick your ass, Xbox One and PS4, like no one's business. But the reason people were having issues with them, they don't know how to bind no fucking keys in a video game. They don't know how to really launch a program. They really don't know much other than their uncle gave them a computer or some shit. They don't know hardware inside out. All that shit. Fucking nuts. You don't. This is a very expensive hobby, video game, period. You can give a fuck what thing. You know, what was wrong with $5 at the arcade? Shit. Never caught that. What was wrong with $5 at the arcade? Shit. But yeah, get the thing on USB. You need no computer to convert it onto an image to mount on a USB. I think you need Microsoft's permission in their special program to mount it onto a USB. Shit. But there's a ton of fucking games to pick from. Best advice when you play a game on the Steam OS with the Steam controller, no matter what Steam machine you bought, you need to select template before it starts and a WASD template with mouse look. That's all. And you boot up the game and it has everything ready to go. There's a template on the Steam controller for your Steam machine before you boot the game that'll let you, hold on, have control of it. It's the WASD template, and it applies right to your controller. But people are having to bust out a mouse and a keyboard to get shit going. Like no one's business. You select the WASD template for any Steam game you got with the Steam controller, and it has you covered. And then worry about binding keys, because you ain't even moving through the menu. This thing ain't rigged right. No one's business. You stream all them Windows games, that's nothing new. They've always had that on a Steam machine. And it was your computer upstairs off Wi-Fi to broadcast it. It'll work like no one's business. I was streaming Quake 2 and hellish shit like no one's business. I got 15% on my phone. But yeah, compared to Xbox and PS4, Steam, fucking awesome. This Steam machine is sick. They were successfully able to market it to 12 video game companies to make them. Damn. People are like, why doesn't the Blu-ray and the DVD on the fucking Steam machine? Get the digital copy and sign into it. Just be on your shit like no one's business. They're like, oh, it doesn't have a DVD ROM or a Blu-ray ROM. No, you put your digital copy on this Steam machine. Fuck. But literally all you gotta do is download Wine on your Linux. The Steam machine's capable of doing. You can play any Windows game you ever heard of. It converts it over. This is true. Been around. The download's free. It's a free program for Linux. Because that's what all these systems are. They're all Linux compatible. However the fuck he got Linux as permission is probably how they're selling 10 of them. Because they're all Linux based. Like no one's business. Shoot. Apple cracks me up. Incompatible with 90% of the shit out of there. Fucking hilarious. They'll void your shit. You get arrested fucking trying to open up a fucking Apple computer. You can't. They have so much copyright shit. You can't customize these things. You're stuck with 3 options when you buy. That'll decide what the fuck's cracking for it. I'll tell you that quick. But you can put Apple on your fucking Steam machine if you want. I think theirs is probably a lot more expensive than a Microsoft key, but you can put Apple on that shit, not just Windows. Shit. Some people prefer Apple. You can put Apple on your fucking Steam machine like no one's business. But there's people that didn't know when you put in Windows, they deleted their Steam OS. Just give Steam OS 200 gigabytes and then allot the rest to the Apple or Windows you're putting on, because that's why you bought it. And Steam Machine Brewmaster. Fucking them up. Damn. Just give it 200 gig. There's so many games to fucking Steam Machine play, it's nuts. But you want this WASD template they have available on the menu guide before you start with the controller option. Or you ain't even selecting menu. You gotta take the mouse and keyboard out to press start, option, video, all that shit. And if you don't know how to do that or bind keys, this Steam controller is fucking retarded. The thing won't even let you move and shit. You gotta break out a mouse and keyboard to fucking bind some keys. And then some of these Steam buttons just don't wanna, it's a trip. But yeah, all you gotta do is press the start button. The Alienware website said the little start tab when it powers up. You power up your controller and you start tapping it, and it mimic a F2 effect, just like the keyboard, and you get a real special BIOS menu. Not this F2 one that only gets you BIOS. It's true. People got it to dual boot shit. The thing got 12 of them. It's got like 5 UFE drives, and it's got 5 legacy drives. You could put 5 fucking operating systems on the UFE and 5 operating systems on the goddamn legacy. That's what's wild about the Steam Machine. It'd have that many extra fucking drives if you want to put shit in them. It's nuts. It's fucking wild. You can 5 legacy, 5 UFE. You'd have fucking every operating system and hella shit. That is a trip. We'd be filling up the whole screen with them squares. Just select what the fuck. It'd be one you select video surveillance on your property. Shit. But damn, people are fucking up their Steam machines bad. I mean bad. You get this fatal error shit. Fuck. You gotta tap the start button when that shit starts happening and run advanced options. When you tap the start button, it'll bring up a menu. You select the options. Hold on. It boot up a special one that say Linux GNU and advanced options. You select those two and make sure it's connected to the internet, and it'll wipe it clean and it'll be ready to go. That's all. You can't get that with the F2 button. You gotta press the start button to get this menu. It'll let you go to the boot menu. It'll give you advanced options for the Linux GNU and hella shit that the F2 key ain't gonna give you. And people are fucking them up bad. Real bad. They can't even get it to boot right. It's a trip. You need to just hit the start button and it give you that shit. You're fucking digging a grave for them with this keyboard, people. Like no one's business. But yeah, I called them and they let me get it, and I put it on USB and reinstalled SteamOS. For real. No, you get everything bound, ready to go, game bot, Steam compliant, and the motherfucker crash and say fatal error. It's fucking Christmas Day or some shit, and motherfucking tripping balls. That's fucking nuts. Damn. The thing's a lot more complicated to set up than an Xbox or a PS4. Like no one's business it is. People don't know how to change sound properties and video properties and shit. Fuck. But it's got HDMI 2.0, not this Xbox One, whatever the hell, finally have HDMI 2.0. And with Microsoft, it's gonna be 5 generations of Xbox One bullshit and what PS4 calls a software update. Like no one's business. It did. They had 5-6 generations of Xbox 360 to come close to the original PS3 capability when it first came out, with the hard drive, Wi-Fi, all this shit. Fuck. What was funny about it, how PS3's better, first game PS3 came out with, Unreal Tournament 3, last game Xbox 360 was able to pull was Unreal Tournament 3. Now it's 6-7 years later. Fuck. Shit. I thankfully installed the Windows 10 correctly in this Steam machine. Oh man. It had to be an NSTF compatible one, and I was looking all over. And if you delete partitions and don't expand a drive, you just threw all that shit away. Like no one's business. You did. You'd accidentally delete the partition that's NSTF and your ass out. Another console killing factor about the Steam Machine, you can boot up Linux. It has Linux desktop and shit. It does. Internet browser, all that shit. And you can play Linux games on it that aren't bound to SteamOS. I've been doing it for a long ass time. Shit. Because I think when PS4 and Xbox One first came out, they only had like HDMI 1.4 on them. That's like 2008 shit, man. Holy crap. But if you're into PC gaming, go to buy CyberPower or some shit. It's a computer making company, and you can get the latest shit for $500. They'll even mail it to you in parts if you want. It's a trip. People are blowing $6,000 on a fucking gaming computer to jam out on a game for fucking 8 hours. You're nuts. Software rendering, my friend, in the VGA was back in the 70s and 80s. You want to cope with the fucking components since fucking 2000. Shit. People are hilarious. Why HDMI different every cable? Because there's been fucking 14 HDMIs over the past 10 years. They get better and better. Damn. If you don't have the right HDMI type for your setup, you might as well have not even fucking wired it. Because it ain't gonna do what its potential is. Changes sound and video quality. We're up to HDMI 2.0. Shit. As of a while ago. And Xbox is like, oh, the new one. Do you know how many Xboxes you're gonna have to buy as it's advancing like this? I'm thinking 4 or 5. I'm thinking, yeah, and it's going to be a new feature each model. I swear it will. Fuck. The thing I found interesting, though, Sony, was you guys would have made the PS4 Mini by now, and then at the end of the line would have made the PS4 Ultra Mini. They want to go with this Pro and push it like Xbox, and funny enough, people, it'll work. They will. They'll want it the next one and the next one and all of them. That's a fucking expensive hobby. Every few years forking out $500. That's nuts. That's crazy. But I thought they'd come out with the Mini and Ultra Mini as their battle plan. They're making PS4 Pro and all sorts of shit. But now to get the better Xbox experience, you can buy a few of them down the line. It'll be Xbox, whatever the fuck, with new features and bullshit. What a joke. But yeah, you'll fuck it up. You don't know how to install this Windows right. Shit. It'll fuck it up bad. It'll start giving you crazy screens. I got it fucked up so much one time it came up with a red logo that said American and it had some typing info under it on my Steam machine on one of the drives. I don't know which one it was, but it was one of the drives and it booted up this logo that said American. That's nuts, because there's 12 different fucking drives on these Steam machines, at least Alienware. Like no one's business. UFE and Legacy have 6 each. And I looked at a few of them. Oh, this video's about to be over because the phone's dying. Going on 26-minute video. Shit. Yeah, I booted one of those drives inside and it said American. What a trip.